Hey tubers, BTHV1 here. Bruce the Handyman version 1, as a handyman never does anything twice. So today we're going to do a couple of fun things. The first thing I'd like to do, because I have been meaning to do this, is to show you what I've been using for a movie camera or digital video camera, or whatever you want to call it. And I think it's kind of neat. I bought myself just a small, I call them credit card cameras because they're just the size of a credit card and a little bit thicker. And I put a 16 gig card in it, and that's what I use for my digital camera. I can shoot 20 minutes of HD video or a lot more on VGA, which is what I'm using today. And I just love it. And then my daughter for Christmas bought me the cutest little tripod for it that I can use in the garage here or when I'm traveling. So I'll just turn it around into the mirror so that you can see what I got for Christmas, and then we'll carry on with the project that we're going to do today. So just 1 second. So there we are in the mirror. That's the camera right here, of course. And this is the little tripod, totally adjustable, that I got from my daughter. And this little guy is just the, I don't even know if we can do an in shot on it, but I think you're getting the idea. And that's my movie production facility. So that's kind of fun. So today we're going to bend some steel. I have right here a piece of steel that is designed to be the edge of a ramp off of a pickup truck. It has a rough anti-skid surface on one side, and the 2x8 ramp piece will come off of here. But the problem is this angle. So I'll show you that right now. So this piece here, this is my my elevated lawnmower lift, and right now I have it set at the exact same height as the tailgate of my pickup truck. And this is the other piece of steel right here. And the problem is this piece was designed for an 8-foot piece of wood, but I have a 6-foot box in my short box of my truck. So I've cut a piece of wood that's exactly the right angle here. You can see that. And it goes down to the ground down there. But what the problem is if I was not to adjust this and adapt it, this will be bolted through these holes to the 2x8, which is much wider. When you get your piece of equipment up to the top of the ramp, there's a gap here, and this will flop down like that, causing the whole 2x8 to flip into the air, potentially injuring somebody or equipment falling off the tailgate of the truck. Sorry, it's hard to talk to a camera. And so that's our mission today. And what we're going to use to bend it. So now, as you can see, this is a bottle jack lift. It's made out of an old ancient communications rack that was surplus. I bought it years ago. And this is just a standard bottle jack. We'll tighten it up. The springs pull it back. So when we pump the jack up, you can see it moves down. So we're going to put a die in here to squish that piece of ramp to 90 degrees. And then when we're done, of course, it will lift back up. And we'll do the other one. I'm going to move the camera again. Oh, before I do, this has been drilled as accurately as possible so I can move this down into parallel increments onto this platform is where the die is going to be sitting. And when I built this piece right here is just a piece of channel that I cut out on either side with a angle grinder, and then I welded right here a piece of hard steel 5 inches by 3 inches, and then finished the front nice and flat. And that is my bottle jack. What do they call that? A bottle jack stand. But as I don't use it very often, I put wheels on it and a 3/16 metal top, and then I can put my 2 bench grinders on the top so that at least it's usable, taking up shop space and not sitting in the corner. I use this thing almost every time I come into the shop. I've got different grinding wheels on all 4 wheels are different. One's a 6-inch grinder and one is an 8-inch grinder. And then I've mounted some electricity on the side so I can use other things. I don't need extension cords, I can use this. And then there's the cord hanging from the side of the grinder there. So, whoa! So now we are going to go into the second phase of this operation, which I'll show you in just a second. We'll be back in 2 shakes. Oh, hi folks, I'm back. Now, this is what we're going to use right here to use as the die to bend our piece of steel. This is going to sit in here like that, and with the other piece it's going to press down and become a full 90 degrees. I just made this piece on New Year's Day. Now you would think that you could just use a piece of angle iron, because angle iron is 90 degrees. Right there, you can see that fits perfectly. But on the inside profile of angle iron, it's not 90 degrees. There's that piece of steel right in there to add strength. So what I did was I turned 2 pieces of angle iron upside down and welded them to these 4 tabs here that you might be able to see. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I took a 3rd piece of angle iron and I welded it to a 2-inch tubing along here and along here. So this is a pretty heavy piece, and that is what's going to do our squishing or die work to put the 90-degree angle into our piece like that. You kind of get an idea what we're trying to do. Now we're going to do this from the center, which is where the most strength is from that jack press that you saw earlier. Now I haven't tried this before, so this is all done with no rehearsal, you might say. Hey tubers, I'm back. Just getting ready to do this, and I just was going to let you know that I have put gloves on and a safety mask, just because this has never been tried and there's a heck of a lot of force on this homemade unit, so I'm just being careful. So now we're going to do the bend. Okay. So as it turns out, I had to add a couple of shims, 2-inch shims, because of these little bolts extend right there past this piece here. So this is the first time I've done a press that's this wide. So that's what happened there. And we're still recording. Okay, there's the one we bent. It still isn't perfectly 90 degrees because there's some spring in that steel. And here's one we haven't bent, proving that we aren't cheating at all here. But now what I'm going to do is put the long face shield on, ready to go. Just let that sit for a minute. Okay. We'll be back in just a shake. Thanks a lot. Okay folks, I'm back. We are just going to have a little lesson in homemade stuff, and that's why I had the face mask on and the gloves. I think you might be able to see up here there's an arch right here. There's an arch right there from the force of the jack. So I'm going to have to replace that and put in some cross pieces, and that is the danger when you're using homemade things with that kind of force. that you should always take as much safety precautions as you can. I know it's fun to build stuff, but that's why you have to be careful. Thanks a lot. Bye.